New year, and there's still plenty of time to set goals that are powerful for 2024.
Yeah, it's never too late. So joining us with 5 secrets to craft your best year ever is America's joy magnet and author of Love Yourself Happy, Sherry Elise. Good morning. Good to see you, Sherry.
Sherry's here.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. And after talking to you, we're hoping to make our new year even happier, being the joy magnet that you are. So let's get right into the very first tip, because I want to make sure we get them all in. And I want you to kind of explain it to me, because you say, let your being fuel your doing. What does that mean?
It is all about taking inspired action, because so often we're so set on the goal and fixated on it that we haven't even tuned in to even realize if we still even want it, if it's something that we desire. So it's really about tuning inward, finding out what really inspires and motivates and drives you, and then taking action from that place. Because when you do that at the end of the year, you'll end up feeling a great sense of accomplishment because you've aligned with your true passions.
Well, you know, Sherry, I'm thinking about this because a lot of times, especially going into the new year, we're thinking back on the year. We're spending a lot of time reflecting. But you give a tip that says use your hindsight as foresight. So looking back on the things that we did right and then using those to kind of propel us forward. Is that right?
Absolutely. So we often say, you know, hindsight is 20/20, and hindsight is great for us because it teaches us lessons. And so instead of, you know, when that's something challenging shows up at your door and we're freaking out, actually look back and think about how you navigated through previous challenges, and then use that knowledge to boost your confidence to be able to handle these new ones that show up at your door.
Okay, well, as you're talking about confidence, let me give you a little insight to me. So I make a decision and I'm like, yeah, I think that but maybe this one's going to be better. Well, what if I do this? Would that be better than this? I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of second guessing going on.
You are not alone. Most people, as soon as they make that, they worry if they made the right decision or the wrong decision. And what happens is that if you followed my other tips where you're tuned into what it is that you truly want, then you choose trust. Trust that decision you made, trust your strength, trust your capabilities. And every time that you choose to trust, you simultaneously choose ease and you choose inner peace.
Sherry, I wish you could see how Holly is looking at me right now, because this is something that we both have been talking about for many, many days, and how we can embrace trust a little bit more. But I do want to ask you this. Last year's word of the year was authenticity, right? And one of the tips that you give is to be more you. What does that mean for people who are still trying to find themselves?
What it means is that it is time for us to stop looking at everybody else and what they're doing and what makeup or how you're supposed to be an entrepreneur, and really learn to celebrate who you are. So stop apologizing for showing up fully present, and really look within and celebrate that person. And what it can look like for you is setting a goal at least once a day to express your opinion, to dress in clothes that you feel comfortable with, and to pursue the passions and interests that you really desire.
You know what? You said the key phrase for me that I just heard you say, Sherry, is stop apologizing. I think I definitely, if I think of myself, have a tendency to do that a lot. You know, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And really just like kind of abandon that and be okay with where I am. And if the person isn't okay with me, then okay.
That's okay
So you know what I'm going to do if they're not okay with me, Sherry? I'm going to just breathe, which is your last tip.
It is. And it seems so simple. We hear that all the time, just breathe, but it literally is a game changer and a lifesaver if we don't do it. But every time you face a challenge or something difficult, just take that moment for yourself. Take that deep breath in, hold it, and on the exhale, simply say thank you. It will change everything for you.
Let's do it together, all together. Everybody at home, here we go.
Deep breath in through your nose, hold, and thank you.
Thank you. And we want to say thank you to you, Sherry, for coming on our show. It is such a pleasure to have you. The Joy Magnet herself. You can check her out right here on SherryEllis.com. You can see her Instagram right there, crafting your best new year. We thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Have a beautiful new year.
All right.